This video is to show you something really cool that you can experiment with that is completely free. You can generate 3D objects from an image using artificial intelligence. So this is a toy that I just generated and I want to show you how you can do that yourself. First of all, you are going to create an account, and once you created the account, you just sign up on this website. I will drop the link in the description of this video, and once you click on the link, it will bring you over to this page. So this is a Hugging Space that allow you to use floors to generate image in 3D style. So this has been a 3D model. So in my own opinion, you need to generate an image that look like toy, because this is when you are going to get the best results. You can try more realistic imagery here, but I've noticed that with more specified shape here, this AI chain reconstruct it a lot accurately. So the prompt I use for this image is cute, simplified toy Viking man with an orange bread. I left everything else by default and then just click on generate image, and this is what I got. So you notice that the images you generated here is always going to have a white background, which is very perfect, because in the next step this AI is actually going to remove the background from the image. So without having any distraction in this image, it makes the background removal process very easy. So once you've got this image, go ahead and download it. So just click on this icon. You are going to download it in this WebP format, which is fine. So just click on save to your desktop. Now you are going to head over to the Hugging Face space. Now if you check the description of this video, it's going to bring you to this page, and here is where the magic unfolds. All thanks to Jeffrey for providing this Hugging Face space, and this is where the magic comes in. This is where we are going to create our 3D model. All you have to do right now is to grab your Web3 file that you have downloaded, just drag it and drop it on the image prompt section. So now the AI is automatically going to remove the background. As they said here, they use remove background to remove the background of the image. As you can see here, it's showing black background, which means the background has been removed successfully. So at this point, you can actually click on this drop down arrow. In my own case, I will leave all this setting by default, and next thing you are going to do right here is to click on generate. So now it's going to look for the GPU until it becomes available, and now you can see over here it's going to generate this within 21 seconds. It might take a little bit longer than that, but the main thing is that it's going to turn the image to 3D. So just watch as the magic unfold. So this actually took about 31 seconds to generate, which is absolutely mind-blowing for me. So this is the video that is generated. At this point, the 3D model has been generated. So it's showing you the 360-degree preview of what the 3D model look like. So if you are happy with the results, you can move to the next step. So in order for us to download this 3D model, we need to convert it to this GLB format. And this GLB is good because it bundles everything in one single file. So you have got the 3D model as well as the texture contained in one file. So all you are going to do now is to head over to the GLD extraction settings. Click on this drop down arrow, and the only thing you have to do here is to change the texture size. So I want this on the max level, so this is the pixel number. So I'm doing all of this so that it's going to give me a higher quality of this 3D model. So after that, under this simplify, I'm just going to leave it at this 0.9, and then I'm going to click on this extract GLB. But at this point, it's converting to GLB format, and once you are done, you're just going to click on this download GLB. So once you converted to this GLB, you can actually view your 3D model. So this is what your 3D model look like. So you can click here and zoom in with your mouse to see your 3D model. So this is actually beautiful. The world of 3D AI is improving every day, even with something as simple as this toy. So what you are going to do is to click on download GLB, and then you can save the format, and then you can import that into a 3D program of your choice, whether it's a Cinema 4D, Blender or Maya, and you can have fun with this 3D object that you have generated from this image. And of course, it's completely free, but it's not unlimited, meaning if you are trying this always, you might get this error message which says you have exceeded your free GPU quota, but you can subscribe to Pro to get more usage. However, I still managed to generate 3D model for free. So if you are using Blender like me, all you have to do is to go over to this file import, and there is GLB format. So there are 3D objects. I just go ahead and click on scale this up, and then you can see it's 3D objects from a 2D image. Alright, we have got our entire structure over here. So if you are going to use this as a base to start, or maybe rebuild this, I think this is going to save you a whole lot of time. I mean, you have already got the entire structure created by you. So here it's looking like there is no material here, and that is because we need to switch from solid to material preview. But I'm going to go with render preview here. I'm going to bring one of these lights in my scene a bit forward here. You can maybe increase the intensity as well. Maybe just add 3000 here. here. So I might duplicate this, we shift this, then we go. So I can also select this object and then click here and then shade it smoothly. So that is looking better now. So I'm going to duplicate this light and maybe put it behind it. And as you can see here, this is country rendering, and as you can see, we have generated a 3D model from an image. Now you can see there is a little problem here. So there is some issue with gesturing and all that. So if you want, you can come over to this place and then view it. So just go to shading and you can see how it has been set up. So it's connected to the principal and you can view the UVS, which is extremely chaotic. And that is why I say this is obviously far from perfect. And if there were maybe something transient issue over here, you can paint on top of this mesh. So if you switch this object mode to this texture paint, you can now paint directly on this mesh. So in this case, if I choose something like white and then decrease the radius over here, I can now paint over here with his eyes. So I can continue painting the additional details on top of the 3D model, like here at the back. Maybe you want a hat, just click on this paint with your mouse. You can start painting your 3D model as well, and then you can modify it further. So this is from image to 3D model, very quick, very easy with artificial intelligence. You can also go to shading, and if you come over here to the color factor B, you can just increase the value and put the way white. But if your factor is a lot brighter, you can just get rid of this color factor altogether and directly connect the base color to the base color if it's what you want. And if you press this tab, and let me just enable this again to show you the overlay. I mean, you can look at this typology. This is not perfect, but it's not bad for something you can generate in a minute. We have seen where the world is going with 3D generation, and this is a fantastic start. This is just a quick tool you can use online, and this is completely free. Let me talk about another service, which is Hyper 3D AI. It does the same thing. You upload an image and it turns into 3D model. This one have additional option. You can see it has a various format. You can even generate PBR material. So think of PBR in this case like A. The AI will analyze this metal and apply different material properties to it. So this relates to how the skin will look like, which will be flat or like a metal material. So PBR always come in rendering, which is physical based rendering. And as you can see here, you can save in 2K resolution. If you pay, you can save in 4K. And I did a direct compression here. So this is a Thriller and this is a Hyper 3D AI. But for complete free solution, I think Thriller does a good job. And again, this 3D model is not perfect, but it's amazing that I can generate 3D model from an image. So go ahead and give both of them a try. Let me know the one you prefer most. So let me know what you think about this video. You can generate 3D model from image in a second. Hopefully we get a better tool that will make our work easier. But for the first, we can generate something like this as a start. Is a very good place to start. I think this is beneficial, and as a 3D artist, is amazing to use. So guys, let me know what you think. You guys are super awesome. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.